exercising on how to complete the square of a quadratic expression. Now the difference between this is a quadratic expression. This is a quadratic expression, but this is an equation. So the difference between a quadratic expression and an equation is this equation sign. This is an equation and this is an expression. So now to complete the square of the both of them are two different things, are two different ways. So now in completing the square of a quadratic expression, that is our main aim of this video today. Just assume when we have a quadratic expression in this form, let's assume there's no c, there's no constant. This is a constant with no variable, it doesn't have any unknown, so it's a constant. We're left with as squared plus bx. When we are left with as squared plus bx, so now if you want to factor, you want to complete the square of this. No, let's assume that this a is equals to 1. That we will left with a b x, ab raised to x raised to 2 plus bx. So now to complete the square of this, to complete it, we have it to be s, this sign plus this sign divided by 2. It must be in this form, raised to 2 minus this one that is here, b all over 2. You have to square it. This is the answer of completing the square of this. That is, now let's apply it in completing. Just example, in completing the square of this expression, let's give this expression plus x plus 1. In completing the square of this expression, that means this expression is equals to, you see, center as this, and if you look this very well, it's still the center as this what we had before. It's still center as this if you look at it. So now what you did to this one, that it turns to this, that's what you do. You have to leave this one outside first. This one will be this x, since it's 1 that is here, this x will be like this, x, the plus sign plus the 1 that is here. Don't talk about this x now, you have already written x. The 1 that is here now, the 1 that is here, you write it 1 divided by 2. That is this one, the 1 that is here must be divided by 2. You bracket and raised to 2 minus this one that is here, 1 over 2. You have to square it just like this one. So now plus this one. So now in solving it, you will left with x plus 1 over 2 square minus 1 times 1 will give you 1, and 2 times 2 will give you 4 plus 1. So now let's solve this. If we solve this, we have completed the square. That is x plus 1 over 2 square minus, solving it, the LCM of this and this is equals to 4. 4 in 4, that is 1 will be here, plus 1 in 4, 4 times 1 will give you 4. So now let's x plus 1 over 2 square minus 1 plus 4 will give you 5 over 4. Give you 5 over 4. And completing. So now this is the final answer in completing the square of this expression. Let's pick up a question when a is not equals to 1. Maybe we can try when a is equals to 3. Let's pick up a question that goes like this: 3x raised to 2 minus 5x plus 1. Now in completing the square of this, we have to group it like this. This is what I mean. Grouping it like this plus 1. When you group it like this, this is what we are working with. That's why you don't want to work with this. This is what we are working with. But this, there is 3 here, so it to be 1. So we have to make it to be 1 to work with it. So you have to carry the 3 outside. When you carry the 3 outside, to be left with x raised power 2 minus. You can't put 5 here because 3 times 5 will give you 15. So you have to put what, if you multiply it with this, it must give you 5. That is 5 over 3x plus 1. So now, remember I told you that when you have a quadratic expression like this, x power 2 plus bx, this must be equals to 1 before you complete the square of this expression. So if it's equals to 1, to be like this. When it's equals to 1, to be like this. So now, in completing the square, to be x, this sign, plus, what is here, the coefficient of b, what is here, the value of b, I mean to say, the value of b is, the value of b, assuming it is 1 that is here now, assuming b is equals to 1, let's put it b is equals to 1. So now the coefficient of this x will be 1 all over 2. You have to square it minus this b, this one you put here, 1 over 2 square. That's what is applicable here. You put it in brackets, carry this 3 out, you're carrying this outside, so you have to express this as this now. This x, write it down here, is in brackets. This sign minus 5 over 3 divided by 2. You see it as divided, when you say 5 over 3 divided by 2, see it as 5 over 3 times 1 over 2, and it will give you 5 over 6. 5 over 6. So now that's why you have to write 5 over 6 instead of putting times 1 over 2. 5 over 6, you put everything in brackets, x power 2 minus what is here, that is what is here now, that is 5 over 6 x power 2, everything is in bracket, plus this one, plus 1. When it is now, as it's, the next thing to do is to remove this square, to remove this power here. When you are removing, 3 is in bracket, x minus 5 over 6 x power 2 minus 5 times 5 will give us 25, right? That is 25 all over, that is 6 times 6 will give you 36 plus 1 plus 1. So now we have to remove this one out of the bracket and leave only this. That is 3 brackets x minus 5 brackets power 2. When you remove this, let's solve it. When you want to remove this one, multiply this. Let's solve it here. 3 times 25 all over 36 is equals to what? When 3 here 12, 3 here 1, so the answer is 25 all over 12. So that's what you write here, minus 25 all over 12 plus 1. So now going further, 3 x minus 5 raised power 2. Let's solve this now. When we are solving it, it will be minus, what is the LCM of this, and that is 12. I mean 12 losing 12, 1 times 25 will give you 25. What is under here? 1 is still under here. 1 in 12 is 12. 12 times 1 will give you plus 12. Now going further, 3, this is also still in bracket, so this is 5 over 6 from here, 5 over 6 from here, and 5 over 6 from here. It's about 2 minus 25 plus 12 will give you what? 37 over 12. So now I have completed the square of this expression. I've completed the square of this expression, and this is the results we got in complete the square of the expression. So assuming it's an equation, you have to put just equation sign, transfer this one here, divide those side by this 3 to be left with only this. then square both side and input your plus and minus sign here. There's nothing there, just like how we did the other one. So I'll give a question now. Please try to solve it and master it. Thank you. And if you have a question to ask, you can comment